On the 29th and 30th of April in 2023, the Seymour Railway Heritage Centre, located in Seymour, Victoria, about 100 kilometres from Melbourne on the North East Railway line, held their annual Open Day, which also coincided with the Tastes of Goulburn Festival. And it was a real rail fan's treat, as both 707 operations and Steamrail took advantage of this, running tours on both days respectively. So a little bit about the organisation. The Seymour Railway Heritage Centre has been in operation since 1983, originally as the Seymour Locomotive Steam Preservation Group, whose purpose was to restore and reactivate locomotive J515, which ran for a number of years around the state, which now in 2023 is back under restoration and is going to see a boiler swap with locomotive J512. So hopefully we will soon see a J-class restored and run back on the main line again soon. The depot itself is located adjacent to the former Victorian Railways locomotive depot and sits on 4 hectares of land and boasts about 3 kilometres of track, with several large undercover storage sheds and workshops for ongoing restoration works. It should be noted that Seymour also has not just the native broad gauge 5'3" tracks, but also has the standard gauge 4'8.5". Both gauges run through Seymour, which does mean that they have the ability to travel further afield, not just to a number of destinations throughout Victoria, but also interstate. So let's take a quick look at some of the fleet at Seymour. They of course have steam locomotive J515, as well as a number of heritage diesels. Although most are former Victorian Railways locomotives, they do have an interloper, which is a Commonwealth Railways GM class. The rest of their fleet is made up of S-classes, double-ended streamliners A and B classes, a multitude of Series 1, 2 and 3 T classes, Ps, as well as Xs in Series 1 and 2, and of course the iconic C501 or Big George. These locomotives are either in different stages of restoration or are still in active revenue service and can be seen on regular freight trains on both the broad and standard gauge networks. On the open day, they had their latest diesel acquisition, S307, which was fired up for the first time in a decade. Local member for Euroa, Annabelle Cleland, doing the honours. They also have some old and, well, almost new rolling stock. They have a number of wooden-bodied carriages, which include State Car 4 and Parlour Car Yarra, as well as some former Spirit of Progress carriages. They even have carriages that were used by the royal families on several tours. As well as that, they have recently gotten their hands on former V-Line standard gauge N-set passenger cars. They also have the tender from one of the former Spirit of Progress S-classes, which is going to see a bit of a restoration soon. Seymour also has a yard just up the line a little bit with a fully operational dual gauge turntable, as well as being used to house some other rolling stock, all awaiting restoration. Now, this is also an active rail yard used by V-Line and other operators, so do not enter this yard unless you have the correct permissions, although sometimes they do open up access to the turntable for special events. Now, Seymour does some excellent work in preserving the Victorian railways into the future, and I can't wait to get on one of their tours, well, hopefully soon. You can also support this great preservation group by becoming a member for the price of $50 a year for a single person or $80 for a family. Now, your membership will allow you to be notified of all their events, access to their newsletter, which is published on a regular basis, normally about 4 a year. It'll also give you the opportunity to assist in the restoration of their trains and operations. There are also other special benefits and, of course, pre-advice of upcoming tours. So, of course, if you are interested in finding out more about the Seymour Railway Heritage Centre, I'll leave all the appropriate links in the description below. So thank you all for watching, and of course, if you have been to the Seymour Railway Heritage Centre, perhaps ridden a tour, or maybe you're planning to, let us know in the comments below. And of course, don't forget to be subscribed so you can keep up to date with all my upcoming videos. Anyway, once again, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Hooroo!